All right, welcome to day 57. Today is an interesting day. I could say that the plot thickens. I could say that every day now because we are in some sort of transition, and I'm going to try to do some sort of reporting in real time. So today was very clear that there's a transmission wanting to come through. I could not plan anything. I couldn't do anything. I was just, the body was just starting to get ready. And the topic is the no mud, no lotus. So I'm just going to gather myself a little bit as I'm experiencing this as much as you are. It's like my body takes over in some sort of way. So we're doing the no mud, no lotus today. And first I'm going to share a little bit of my personal journey because it's all connected, and it's like I'm experiencing it in real time, the no mud, no lotus. And so I told you that I've been monitoring my behaviors and my patterns and the way that I speak, and I've gotten deeper into that, and I've released a lot of energy in those regards. And I have been very intentional with the way that I'm moving and directing my own energy. And I have been going very deep in my own internal alchemy process to move the energetics in the lower belly. And I shared with you that I see the connection with the abandonment wound. And I have been able to release a lot of those energetics. It's like the energy in motion, but I've been waiting for the emotional response, and I've been feeling that there's something going on in my chest. I felt that for a quite long time. And for those who are in the full experience with us and is attending the Wellspring in the Phoenix Rising session that I did, the spinal flow the other day, that was yesterday. I'm showcasing how I move, and I was moving a lot through the lung meridian. So I was activating that. So I've been activating the lung meridian intentionally for a while. And now today, the emotion is coming. So the emotion is moving, and it's the grief. So the grief is connected to the lungs. So I've been intentionally moving the energetics that I don't want to carry it anymore. So I've been intentionally moving the areas where I know that I've been stagnant, and I've been welcoming the body to this expression. And also I've been doing a lot of field work. I am going deeper into field work at the moment. It's not something that I teach yet, but it's something that I've been doing naturally, or I've been doing it my whole life. So I'm just looking at that deeper and studying more, but I'm doing a lot of the field work for myself. So that is also a way to access the energy that is unprocessed. So what I mean by this is I'm finding what I'm looking for, and it's to connect and to move through that energy of the grief in the lungs so I can clear this path. I'm opening up this area, so I'm opening up the expression. So what that shows me is that the grief from the past, and also it's about the grief of, because now things are starting to move in our world, and we're right in the middle of it, so we can't speak to it, but that shifts a lot in the nervous system. So the nervous system is like we're looking to reposition ourselves And I'm going to talk about that later also in the multidimensional detox, because it's about the positioning in the environment that is absolute key. So when the body starts to align with an environment that yet hasn't presented itself in the material world, you can still align with that frequency, with that atmosphere, and that moves the body into a different, more safe space in the nervous system, which also accelerates the healing process. Because once the nervous system feels safe, then we can process and let it out and allow it to reach the surface. So I've been allowing that for quite some time, and now it's happening. And so the no mud, no lotus is a very good topic for this type of transition, because we are one foot in the future and then one foot in the past. And then it's becoming very clear what is coming and what is not coming into the future. And then there's a grief of that, because there's such a huge timeline shift that is happening. The change is going to be so big that it's going to feel like a big transition for the system. So that is already approaching. So I wanted to speak to that in real time, because there's an illusion connected to that when we kind of level up, or if we're taking big steps towards something that we wanted for a long time, that can, in the eyes of the public or in the eyes of the observer, look like it's only a positive thing. But there's always two sides to the story, and it's all also balanced. So to do something new, we also have to leave something old. And no matter what that was, there will always be a grief inside of that. So the natural growth experience is not only positive, it's always this balanced experience. And the no mud, no lotus is that we can't have one without the other. Because we know, I mean, this is the type of science we're talking about here is one of the first thing that you realize when you start to look closer to the human organism, and the way that this planet is built, how it's operating. And that is just saw a notification, I got thrown off. Wonderful. Yeah, so we can't have one without the other. And when we look at this, we know that the human organism, or the way that the planet is operating, is from when we're increasing the stress, the organism grows. So we cannot grow without the stress, without the pressure, and that is the trauma, the situations, the challenges. So from the level of growth that we want, then there needs to be an equal level of mud. And the lotus, that is the core symbol for the change, is growing from the mud. So if there's a lot of mud, there's also equally opportunity for growth. So what we are experiencing now, when we are looking, they can change them. Okay, sorry. Everything is, they changed around the whole YouTube studio, so it doesn't look the same as yesterday. That's why. And so when we look at this no mud, no lotus, And when we really get to the core of it, when you really get in the wrenches of the experience of this life, of this human experience, the despair and the hope and the destruction and the success they're so close. We might believe that they are very far away in experience, but they are not. They're very close. And it's often that we experience both at the same time. And there's so many times that we believe that we are doing something wrong, that we are not doing it right because we feel bad. And when we look around ourselves, the world is going, it's nuts, it's wild. There's so much proof everywhere we look that things are not going well. And we are on the pendulum because there's always balance. So we go between these extremes, and now we are in one of the extremes and it's about to change. So it's also this concept of, if we look at all the darkness, so if no mud, no lotus. So if there's a lot of mud, that means that there's a lot of lotuses coming. So the amount of pressure that the planet is under right now of chaos, the same amount of lotus flowers is going to stem from that environment. And you are one of them. And I am one of them. So look at us growing from all this mud and all of the things that I've been through. That is also going to be it's exponential. It's the same type of mud that I've been through. The type of lotus is coming. So there's also this hope, and there's also this sadness of what I thought was going to come with me. I was so sure, but that's not the case. So it's this dual experience, and that is life. And once we realize that this is the case, and we can allow all the sensations and all the experiences, and if something happens that is breaking our hearts, then we feel that, we process that, we work through that, so we can leave it behind, and we can take the teachings and the learning and the growth from that experience and move with that through the world and into our next level of growth. So it's about growing up and moving through the world as the human that you are supposed to be, with the scars, with the beauty, with the experience, with the future, with all of the things, because that is what it's about, being human. It's everything. And once we learn how to alchemize these emotions, because when they feel like we are unable, and we can allow that process, then we grow and we grow and we grow, because we can hold more. We hold more experiences. That is why our world expands. So this is where we need to go and need to be, if we are going to move deeper into the process, into the body, because we will experience both. So now I am going to reach out to my mother, who is desperately needing me. That was the notification that I saw. So if I wouldn't have seen that, I wouldn't have been disrupted. And usually I don't look, but something told me to look, and it's my mother, and she needs me. So my body knew, and I know what she's doing. So I'm just going to wrap this up and then go attend to that, to see her. And I got all what I wanted to say about this topic. I wanted to share my experience, where I am today in this situation and in this process, and share in real time that when I focus on moving the energy inside of me, and when I really focus on alchemizing the past on this deep level, everything starts to move, and I become harmonized with the process, and also other connections start to open up. So it's all interlinked and it's all intertwined. So that is why I wanted to say that, because I've shared that I've been going very deep and move the energy, and today there was this emotional release, and that's part of the process. Okay, I will see you tomorrow, and we have a lot of exciting news happening in the background, so I hope at some point I can share. So it's both processes, both at the same time. So as things are falling into place, the grief from the past, the body is finally ready to process. So here I am with both, right in the middle of life. Take care. I'll see you in the Telegram group. Please like and subscribe. And I see you next time. Ciao.